What a season it would be for Wolves. The stuff of fairy tales, as the club dominated what is regarded as the toughest league in English football. Everyone associated with the club joined together to spearhead an assault on the Coca-Cola Championship and would not be denied that famous league trophy. After a promising 2007-2008 campaign, the manager knew that resting on their laurels would not be an option. The spine of the team was good, but the squad needed improvements. So once again, the manager plundered the transfer market and looked to bolster the squad ready for the new season. Sam Vokes was the first player to sign. The promising young striker moved away from the south coast of Bournemouth to join up early with his new teammates. After a lot of post-season transfer speculation, Michael Kightly silenced the journalists by signing a new 4-year contract with Wolves. A major deal for the club, who were all too aware of the talented player's growing reputation. Young centre-back Richard Stearman, keen to move following the relegation of Leicester City, put pen to paper on a 4-year deal at Monumental. 2 days later, former Manchester United schoolboy David Jones signed from Derby County, another youngster at just 23, to add to the previous 2 signings. Highly rated and proven Championship goalscorer Chris Uelumo was the final signing before the new season started. The 6'3" striker was an ever-present for Charlton last season, and the fans were excited at the prospect of his partnership with top scorer last season, Sylvain Ebanks-Blake. With the manager happy with his summer addition, he began trimming down the squad numbers. Gary Breen announced his retirement after 2 years at the club. Freddie Eastwood, who had failed to hold down a regular place in the starting lineup, moved to Coventry. Jay Bothroyd, another player whose first-team starts had been restricted, particularly at the back end of the previous season, signed with FA Cup finalists Cardiff City. After 4 years at the club, fullback Rob Edwards decided it was time to move and switch the gold of Wolves for the orange of Blackpool. And money was made with the sale of midfield general Seyi Olipinjana, who signed for newly promoted Stoke City for £3 million. The new season began with a tough away trip to Plymouth. David Jones and Richard Stearman began the match in the team for the first time, but it would be another new boy, Sam Vokes, who grabbed the headlines.
Kick, sent it deep. Here's a chance for Foley, and it's gone in! Plymouth Argyle have taken the lead. It was direct from the kick. Fallon got to it first, got his foot to it, and it's a dream start for the Pilgrims. Jones to Foley, back to Jones. This is a chance, and that's a goal! Well, it was so simple in the end. The ball was played across, and there was Michael Kightly to make it 1-1. Taken short, sent across by Clark, headed away by Stearman. Summerfield goes up there. Here's Mackie. Can Mackie finish? Great save from Hennessy. And that's the closest Argyle have come. Back to Mackie. Sends it across. Still not cleared. It's Sipe, but it's gone in! Marcel Sipe has put Argyle back in front. And the Argyle faithful celebrate and celebrate in style. Over again, and it's somehow stayed out, has it? Yes, it has. How did that ball not go in? Well, the danger's not over yet. Still not cleared. Uelumo! Oh, Stack again saves the day for Argyle. victory. And Fuchs is free. Uelumo, Fuchs, and that is 2-2. Well, would you believe it? Sam Fuchs has been on for less than a minute, and he's put Wolves back on level terms.
Wolves made heavy work of a Carling Cup home tie with Accrington Stanley. A double on his first start for the club from Chris Uelumo helped claw out a victory and progression to round 2. You can see that Accrington Stanley are growing in confidence with every passing minute here. The League 2 side, and they're on the attack again now. It's a chance for Clark, and it's headed home by Mullin. Paul Mullin, the club stalwart, gives Accrington Stanley a shot lead here at Molineux. It's a strong challenge. They're really looking up for this now, Wolves. Keogh. That's a fine ball in there, it's Uelumo! And it's 1-1. Chris Uelumo's first goal of the season, expertly taken. They've had to wait more than half an hour for the equaliser, but it was a fine goal when it finally came. Corner in from Davis, and what a header that is! Chris Uelumo with his second of the night. And for the first time this evening, it's Wolves who have the lead. Is there any way back into this for Accrington Stanley? There could be, you know. Real chance, and it's been taken. It's Ian Craney who seized on the long ball from Liam Richardson, and Wolves' lead lasted just 2 minutes. That's a lovely flick. Ebanks-Blake trying to get on the end of it, and it's turned home. It's Mark Davis who beats Kenny Arthur. And this topsy-turvy game takes yet another twist. They're really looking stretched now, Accrington Stanley. And that could well be a red card, you know. It's Robbie Williams with the challenge. It was on David Edwards, and it is red. It's just gone from bad to worse for Robbie Williams and Accrington Stanley. The first home league game of the season gave the club its first glimpse of the Ebanks-Blake Uelumo partnership in action.
Uelumo rising is Ebanks-Blake. Kightly. Need the support provided by Foley. Decent cross! And Jarvis forces an excellent save out of Lee Grant. It's Burton. Support provided by Esaias. Space for the shot, and he scores! A real shock to the system for Wolves. Etienne Esaias gives Wednesday the lead. Jones. That's Kightly. Foley. It's a decent looking cross. Uelumo! A goal on his home debut. And Wolves were behind for just 13 minutes. An important block that by Burton. Kightly. Or deflection, good save, Grant. Jarvis. Down he goes, penalty. Not really much doubt. And it's Ebanks-Blake. who gives Wolves the lead. Towards Burton again. Ebanks-Blake. Combining there with Kightly. Well, he's got terrific pace. He's got the beatings here of Wood. Kightly! Oh, he's so unlucky, and Uelumo is there. And it's potentially a decisive lead now for Wolves. I think Uelumo had started to celebrate, but he managed to react in time. Here's Keogh. Ebanks-Blake and Edwards is in here. It's 4. David Edwards rounds it off in style. Cool finish. And Wednesday finished off now.
A broken metatarsal for Jody Craddock in the previous match meant a layoff of at least 3 months. Neil Collins took his place at the back, and local boy Carl Henry took over the captain's duty for the away trip to Ipswich.
Lee's back header, not finding Lisby. Foley. Helped on by Uelumo and by Ebanks-Blake. Here's Kightly, who's come away from the flank. Now Jarvis. Ebanks-Blake! Goal for Wolves! They never picked him up. And it was a brilliant cross from Jarvis in the first place. And Wolves take the lead. It's away by Thatcher. Kenyago beaten by Stearman. Up goes Miller. Now Lisby, and Haynes is the outlet. Haynes against Selakobi. And Haynes just puts the afterburners on. And he's forced Selakobi into mistake. And here's Kenyago, and here's Miller, and it's blocked by Henry. Lisby's up there, here's a chance. Oh, clean off the line, is it? No handball. They were appealing for a handball on the line, but it was just cleared away. Selakobi is on the ground inside the penalty area. Still in pain. And the referee decided that was a foul by Walters. Well, all drama inside the penalty area. Easy header by Collins, too high for Jarvis. Bruce, good challenge coming in, referee deciding that was a foul by Bruce. A red card, double-footed challenge by the decision made by Steve Tanner. Alex Bruce has to go. So Ipswich not only chasing the game, but chasing it with 10 men, and the fumble allows Edwards to make it 2-0, and it goes from bad to worse for Ipswich. Richard Wright can only stand and stare. Here's Keogh, first touch really, and Jarvis. He's only got Keogh and Uelumo with him. It doesn't beat either of them. Oh, that was almost a beautiful third. Denied by the post.
Mick, you must be thoroughly satisfied not only with the result but the performance as well.
Yeah, always satisfied when we win. The result is all important, but it's nice when you play well to accompany that, and we did play well today. It was a deserved victory.
And in view of the home strength that Ipswich had last season, a lot of teams will probably think to themselves it's going to be a harder task than it normally is.
Well, you explain the Championship to me, will you? Because was it 10 or 12 wins? We came here, played ever so well and got slapped 3-0 last season. But I have to say we've come here and played just as well today, and probably got the result that we deserved today. It got slightly distorted towards the end when we had a few more chances because they'd have Bruce sent off. But I thought we deserved to win the game.
And if you comparing the two games, I think the fact that you scored when you did helped your cause this time.
Of course, well it does. If you score goals, it does. It makes the difference in the games, doesn't it? It's the winning or the losing of them. But we'd been I thought we'd had a good spell and probably got the goal at the time when we deserved it, when we've been playing well. And of course, sometimes when the player gets sent off, it gives the opposition a bit of grit and steel and they fight a bit more, but we nailed it immediately afterwards, and that really killed them off.
Carling Cup duty was up next, and once again Wolves made heavy work of their match with Rotherham with a 120-minute 0-0 draw. Well, it's gone past everyone, and this is Ruben Reid who's in here. Really good save by the legs of Carl Hakimi. Really important save inside a minute. Wolves threatening here. It's been left for Kightly. Oh, he couldn't find a way through. Might do here. Oh, what a turn that is! And a really good save by Warrington at the feet of Kightly. Ruben Reid now with the chance to win it for Rotherham. It's 3-3 at the moment. This would make it 4-3. Chance to score a match-winning penalty for Ruben Reid. And he does! It's Rotherham who will go through to the next round. Wolves beaten by 4 goals to 3 on penalties. After a finish 0-0 on the night here.
Do you practice things like that?
Yeah, we do. Yes, we do. Yeah.
And in terms of as extra time wore on, presumably you thought some of your quality players were going to make their mark.
I hoped. Yeah, absolutely. I thought they would. It turned out it didn't. It was a really even game. I don't want to take anything away from Mark Robbins and Rotherham, because they've equipped themselves very, very well this evening. So any suggestion that any of ours is down to us not playing as well, I think does them a disservice. They've managed to keep a clean sheet. I said not many chances, but they've taken the penalties better than us.
Out of the League Cup, the club could concentrate on the much more pressing task of the league and a home tie with newly promoted Nottingham Forest. Wolves really looking lively here at Molineux. And that's a good layoff, and that's Jones to hit it. What a way to get your first goal for your new club. Beautiful shot from 20 yards by David Jones. Plenty in there to aim at. Just about get it clear, only as far as Kightly though. Still they can't get it clear. Goodness me. That went within a whisker. It's Jones who swings it in there. Oh, and it's off the back of Morgan, and it's 2-0. Paul Smith, the Forest keeper, could only punch against his own player. Well, Uelumo and Ebanks-Blake found it amusing. That's a good knock on, and this is Sylvain Ebanks-Blake. Now it's Kightly. Oh, it opened up for the shot, and in off the bar. What a goal from Michael Kightly. Eat your heart out, Usain Bolt. Forest trying to desperately restore some respectability. But Wolves are really in the mood. They're full of confidence and they're on the attack again here. It's Jarvis. Really good run by him. Uelumo! Brilliant goal. Incisive play by Wolves and capped off beautifully by the finish. Expertly taken. And it's Martin to take the corner for Nottingham Forest. Oh, and it's off the back of Foley. And it's in. A lifeline for Nottingham Forest with 55 minutes gone. Kightly stretching the Nottingham Forest defence once more. Loves to come inside. It's on his left foot. Oh, that's the pick of the bunch. It's 5-1 now. And on an afternoon of fantastic goals, I think we've just seen the best. 4 games played, 13 goals scored, and sitting proudly at the top of the table. Spirits were high in the camp, and none more so than Sylvain Ebanks-Blake, who along with Michael Kightly and Richard Stearman have been called up to the England under-21 squad for their match with Portugal. In the transfer market, the manager made 3 defensive signings. George Friend moved north from Exeter, Jason Shackle was drafted in from Championship side Norwich, and fullback Matt Hill moved from northwest rivals Preston, with Stephen Elliott leaving for Deepdale in a swap deal. A trip to London would kick off the month after a starring role for Sam Vokes, who once again made an impression from the bench.
Goes Stearman. Bailey! Oh, magnificent goal! Nick Bailey, with less than 3 minutes on the watch, scores a stunner and Charlton Athletic lead. Stearman, now Foley. Ebanks-Blake is the target here. Keogh in there. It's Fortune who won it. Struggling to get it clear here, Charlton. Oh, that's going to be a free kick. Bailey on Henry. Plenty of arguments about it. Oh, it could be caught out here. This is Keogh. Really fizzed across. Oh, he's given a penalty. Anthony Taylor has pointed to the spot. There's a booking for Nick Bailey. His challenge on Keogh deemed to be sufficient for Wolves to be awarded a penalty and a road back here. It's Sylvain Ebanks-Blake to level it up, which he does consummately. And just over an hour gone, Wolves level. The ball by Keogh for Ward. And that's a terrific cross! And turned in by Sam Vokes. The deftest of finishes. Terrific delivery by Ward. Ebanks-Blake couldn't get there, but Vokes certainly could. Forward by Jones. Fortune was under it. Bailey scrapping, Henry winning. It's a great run, Kightly! And Weaver with a save, but Vokes is there! 3-1, and surely 3 points for Wolverhampton Wanderers. Sam Vokes at the double. And many have seen enough.
A midweek clash with Crystal Palace started brightly enough with a goal in the first minute as the club recorded their 5th win on the spin in the league. And they flick on from Keogh. And he's got it back again here. That's a good knockdown. It's Sylvain Ebanks-Blake. And Wolves take the lead after just 20 seconds here at Molineux. The perfect start. Sylvain Ebanks-Blake with his 4th of the season. And Crystal Palace absolutely stunned here. They didn't expect to be celebrating that early. Ebanks-Blake. Now it's Kightly. Ebanks-Blake wants it back again. Kightly gets the ball in there and it's just turned behind by Speroni. Really good football again from Wolves. More clearance by Collins. Chance here for Crystal Palace and they are back on level terms. It's Paul Ifill with the goal. His 1st of the season. Henry's going to leave it here. Collins to take. Well, Well, they've not dealt with him. It's going to fall to Kightly. Now it's Ebanks-Blake, and now it is turned home by Kia. Just before the hour mark, Wolves are back in front. And it's Kia with the goal. Just didn't deal with it, Crystal Palace. An action-packed match at Deepdale saw 4 goals, 2 red cards and a hat-trick as the club extended their winning run and their position at the top of the table.
It's top meeting third today at Deepdale. Swung into the back post and off the bar, and eventually Preston get it clear. Still on though. Jones for Wolves. That's Uelumo. Oh, it's in! And how has it got in? But Chris Uelumo giving Wolves the lead in the sunshine at Deepdale. Jones's delivery to the back post, causing problems. And Uelumo, how about that for a finish? Sides unbeaten so far in the championship this season. Wolves already having the upper hand in this game. It could get better for them with Uelumo here, and it is. Two for Wolves, 2 for Uelumo. It's his 7th goal of the season. Kia. Touchline, Andy Keogh. Kightly goes in. That's going to be a penalty. It was rash, certainly, on Michael Kightly. And Wolves' day could be allowed to get even better. Uelumo from the spot against Lonergan. Chris Uelumo is the hat-trick hero. 8 goals now since his arrival from Charlton in the summer. There's an incident involving Uelumo and St Ledger. It was right in front of the referee Martin Atkinson. Henry pleading his case for his side. Let's see what happens here. Uelumo and St Ledger going up. Bit of a coming together. And it looked as though there was a coming together with the heads right in front of Martin Atkinson. He may have a decision to make here. Uelumo is up on his feet and he is off. It's the stunned look of Chris Uelumo. He scored a hat-trick today. Malla looking to get in. Hennessy comes. There'll be a penalty to Preston. And Wayne Hennessy could be in trouble here. And he's going to be shown a red card. So Wolves are 3 up, but down to 9 now. And with all changes being made, who's going to go in goal? Maybe Jason Shackle. To try and keep Neil Mellor out here. Scant consolation it will be for PNE. Here comes Mellor and scores. Well, they got one back.
Mick, just an extraordinary afternoon in many ways. Your opposite number, Alan Irvine, typically for him, has come out and been very honest and said at the end of all of that, Wolves were better than we were. And I suppose from your point of view, that's the most important thing.
Of course it is, and reality is that's what we should be talking about, a very good performance, which it was, and Alan is very brutally honest, a great guy, and he says it as he sees it, and we were the better team and deserved to win.
And you've got a striker who scored 10 goals in the whole of last season for a different club and has scored 8 for you now, feeding off your excellent wide men. You're just an excellent watch, and maintaining this momentum, I guess, is your challenge now.
You know, I've been saying at 39 to play. Yeah, we've played well and we're all delighted with it, but we will not get carried away by it. You know, you have spells in seasons where things go for him. Perhaps that's what's happening for us at the moment, although maybe one or two things didn't go for us today, but the result didn't, the performance didn't. That's what really matters.
So I'm sorry to spoil it, but why weren't you out front for the second half?
Martin came and asked me to sit in the stand second half because he thought that going off at half time, whatever, I was actually applauding him, so maybe I'm the first one that's been asked to sit in the stand for applauding a ref. So I was showing him a huge amount of respect because I thought there were we had about 5 minutes just before half time with the appeal for everything, which home crowds do. I thought they were trying to intimidate him. They were certainly trying to intimidate me with the level of abuse I was getting coming down, and I think I was showing my support for him and that he shouldn't be listening to the crowd. And I thought he made good decisions personally. I thought the decisions were right.
Both Wayne Hennessy and Chris Uelumo would be suspended for the game against Bristol City, and so it would prove to be a big day for goalkeeper Carly Keamy. The young shot stopper, who has come through the ranks at Wolves, made his first league start for the club after patiently waiting for his opportunity. He didn't disappoint. Well, that's a good layoff. And this is Jones. Might go for goal. Oh, it's a lovely chip and it's just over. Certainly had wheel backpedaling. Jones. That's Jarvis. And the challenge from Cole Skuse, not a good one. And it's certainly going to be a free kick to Wolves, and it could be worse for Cole Skuse as well. A challenge he didn't really need to make out there. And it's going to be Michael Kightly to take the free kick. Really busy inside the penalty area. 17 minutes gone here at Molineux. Kightly takes and it's deceived wheel. And Wolves are in the lead. I'd be surprised if he was actually going for goal, Kightly, but that's exactly what he found. Jones to hit it. And he had the keeper scrambling. Bristol City with plenty of players forward here. It's Adebola. And what a fine save from Akimi. Early cross in is flicked on by Keogh. Ebanks-Blake. Might feel he could have done better. Approaching the end of the first half here at Molineux. This is Sylvain Ebanks-Blake. It's a brilliant turn. Really good centre-forward play by Sylvain Ebanks-Blake. Coming really close as well to the second. Neatly done by Keogh. Now Jarvis. Shakes off the challenge. Can he pick out the cross? He can, and well, how is that not 2-0? You'd have put your mortgage on Sylvain Ebanks-Blake. Danger here for Wolves. And he can't seem to get it clear. And it's McIndoe. Well, he squandered a real opportunity there to get back on level terms. Now Kightly gets it under control and picks out Jarvis on this left-hand side. Sylvain Ebanks-Blake's in the middle. Might still get another chance, you know, here he is! And there's the second goal. And surely, with 68 minutes gone, It's going to be a long way back now for Bristol City. Wolves on the way to their 7th consecutive league victory, courtesy of Sylvain Ebanks-Blake.
Mick, I know you won't get carried away, but you must feel the players are delivering what you ask of them at the moment.
Of course they are. Yeah, I mean, it's. Let me tell you, every manager in our league's asking them to do that. It's happening for us at the moment. We are playing well, of course we are. Perhaps we're going to slice a look as well. And it's nice, we're enjoying it. I'm not being glum about it, but I'm more concerned about Reading on Tuesday. They'll want to beat us even more now, won't they?
The way that you're creating chances, is that particularly pleasing?
Of course, but I think it was two teams playing attacking football. I said before the game, they're as much like us, I think, in the fact that they have two out-and-out wingers. They make the pitch big, they leave gaps for people to play in, as we do at times. But we exploited them, I think, better than they did, and we created lots of chances today.
The injuries were beginning to mount up, with both Michael Kightly and Matt Jarvis sidelined for extended periods. The manager felt it was necessary to invest in another winger and brought in Carlos Edwards from Premier League side Sunderland on a 3-month loan deal. Unfortunately, at the end of the month, the club suffered their first league defeat of the season. It was an incredible sequence of results, with 8 games unbeaten and 7 wins on the spin. But Reading brought the run to an end on a disappointing day for Mick McCarthy's men. It's going to be Stephen Hunt to take the corner with 4 minutes gone here at Molineux. He can bend them in with his left foot. That's exactly what he has done, and it's been diverted towards goal. It came off Wayne Hennessy. Well, there's plenty of Reading players celebrating when it'll go down as an own goal. Here's Hunt. Oh, and it's cleared off the line. They're appealing it, actually went over. But the referee not interested at all, and now Wolves can counter. Reading desperately getting numbers back. Wolves getting men forward. Now it's Keogh. Good save, Hanneman. He stood his ground, the Reading goalkeeper. Hunt to take the corner. Again, it's got real bend on the ball. And they're really struggling to get it clear. It's Doyle. Hennessy scrambling to get back. BK was in there and it's off the post. How has it stayed out? Hennessy with a wonderful save as well. This time Hunt goes short. He'll get it back again as well. Reading threatening to make it 2 here. That's a lovely ball in there and it's headed home. It's Andre BK. His 2nd goal of the season, and didn't he enjoy it? Look in the mood for more goals here, Reading, even in the closing stages. Khalifa Cisse, and it's 3. And Wolves are condemned to their first league defeat of the season. A deflating end to the month, but the club still held on to the top spot, 2 clear of local rivals Birmingham and 5 clear of the rest of the chasing pack. The season had started very well. But following the defeat to Reading came another setback, this time at the hands of Swansea. With the first choice front 4 all missing, the effect this was having was plain for all to see.
Game being played in torrential wind and rain, making it very, very difficult for both defences in particular. As Pratley gets in the action straight away, feeding Jason Scotland, also back in action for the team today. Shooting chance, 1-0 Swansea within seconds. It's the man of the moment, Jordi Gomez, who gets the goal. Gomez in that hole just behind Scotland. Ashley Williams, his painter outside him, goes straight forward though. Pulls his ball over, complicated. Edwards plays the ball forward, Keogh. Chance for the Republic of Ireland in Thrashell to equalise. 1-1, Wolves back in it then. Just his second league goal of the season, Andy Keogh. 600,000 from Scunthorpe in January last year. Lovely ball by Dave Edwards, the Welsh international, for him. He had a lot to do though, didn't he? But Andy Keogh kept his head. Look at the Swansea defenders in there. There might just have been a question of a deflection as well. Painter strong in the challenge. Gower takes over. Scotland, not offsides. 2-1 Swansea. Jason Scotland restored to the team today then, and finishing in terrific fashion there. He's in Britain. Scotland, what a good turn. Swansea playing some scintillating stuff. Jason Scotland! Second goal for the Trinidadian, and what a beauty that was.
Kightly, Ebanks-Blake and Uelumo all returned for the home match with Coventry as the club returned to winning ways. This is Fox. It's a lovely crossfield pass. Now it's Doyle. Eastwood wants it and gets it. Now it's Mifsud. And it's 1-0 Coventry. With the game just 6 minutes old here at Molineux. It's the visitors who take the lead. Perfect start for Chris Coleman. The Maltese international's first goal of the season. And it's the third successive game where Wolves have conceded an early goal. And that's lovely footwork, and there's plenty of Wolves players in there as well. And it's off the line, appeals for handball against Doyle, but the referee isn't interested. Ebanks-Blake almost diverting it. Uelumo and Ebanks-Blake in there. Now it's Keogh. Uelumo couldn't get to it. Kightly might! He might! He did! Brilliantly! Wolves back on level terms 3 minutes before half-time. You wouldn't know it, but Mick McCarthy will be a very happy man. It's a long searching ball. This is Sylvain Ebanks-Blake. He's trying to twist, trying to turn. Support's arriving, and this is Keogh. 3 in the middle for Wolves. And there's plenty of defenders in there for Coventry. Oh, fine save from Kightly, looking for his second, denied by Westwood. It's a really good stop. And Wolves get their noses in front. This is Sylvain Ebanks-Blake testing them with his power and pace, trying to pull it back. Shot from Kightly, saved by the keeper and turned home by Sylvain Ebanks-Blake. He looks to the assistant. There's no flag up, the goal will count. And having been 1 down, Wolves now lead 2-1 at Molineux. All the Coventry players are looking to the assistant on the far side. They feel there was maybe an infringement. It had actually gone off the pitch, Ebanks-Blake, and came back on to score.
Top of the league.
Are we? Well, I gathered that from the fans chanting, but tough game that today.
There's not many easy games right enough, but that was quite a tough game. It was a bit of a scrap near the end as well, wasn't it?
It was. I expected it, to be fair, and I'd said to the players on Thursday, Friday really, when you've had that period of time, 2 weeks, we've only had 4 players in, sometimes 5, and we've not had the right preparation, and Carlos Edwards turns up yesterday at lunchtime, and we've not been able to prepare properly. Maybe some haven't trained properly, they've been away on international duty, some have played. Can you win it? Can you win it ugly? Can you scrap it out? Can you get the 3 points? And we've done it. I think we've had a bit of good fortune, but great, because we'll have some bad fortune and all along the way.
I mean, I was going to say, would it have been unfair to say it took you an ace to get going today, Mick?
Didn't it just? Yeah. Well, whatever reason that is, I said, you know, maybe there are mitigating circumstances, but we just didn't get going. And but I said that sticking at it, being battle hard, being tough, you know, getting the 2 goals that we needed. We got away with murder at the end. I mean, how that one's not ended up in our net, but like I said, there'll be times we won't get away with murder as well and play well and get beat.
Next up was a game that all involved with the club would like to forget. A bad day at Carrow Road for all concerned.
Promising position for Sammy Clingan to try and exploit. He's got 6 players in yellow inside the Wolves penalty area. Can he find one of them? The answer is no! Dear, well, it's a goal! It's a goal! The ball has been carried over the line by Carla Gamey. And Sammy Clingan, extraordinary, puts Norwich in front. Oh, that's behind Henry. Chance to capitalise. Good ball by Clingan. Here's Leroy Lita. Faced by Ward. Lita, good footwork. Oh, it's in! Off Foley. It may well go to Leroy Lita, but Norwich are 2-0 up. Aim towards Collins, it's squeezed in. Sam Collins, or Neil Collins should I say. No sooner had Norwich given themselves a 2-goal cushion that Neil Collins has headed Wolves back into the game. Corner towards the edge of the 6-yard box. He rose up and beat Stefanovic and also beat Marshall. Straight through the legs of David Marshall. Stearman leaps, so does Carlos Edwards. It's a mistake. Here's Leroy Lita. It's 3-1. Leroy Lita with possibly his second. There is no doubt about this one though. Good turn by Ebanks-Blake, penalty given. Wes Houlihan walks away from the scene of the crime. Whether it was he who was culpable or Doherty, nicely slid in. And Ebanks-Blake was caught by Houlihan. It was a good turn from the big man, and Houlihan just left the right foot dangling. Sylvan Ebanks-Blake to make it 3-2, which he does. Game on again. Ebanks-Blake, 7th of the season, comes from the penalty spot, and again Norwich's lead is cut. This time through Sylvan Ebanks-Blake. Fiercely hit, right-footed, sending Marshall the wrong way. Well, it's the currency that Wolves are... Well, Stearman is in trouble here. He's booked already, and it was an awkward-looking challenge on Leroy Lita. Fans in the Gerald stand calling for another card, and a second card is shown to Richard Stearman, and he has to go. Stearman trying his best to stop Leroy Lita from getting possession of the ball after letting it bounce. There goes the arm, down goes Lita, and a consoling pat from Mick McCarthy, who has to watch his side trying to defend with 10 men as the ball squeezes in, and it's a 4th goal for Norwich City, and again the man involved in it is Leroy Lita. Croft trying to get there first. Croft does get there first. Sibieski to his right, Lita to his left. Leroy Lita to make it 5! Off the post, Croft, 5-2! It's a long, long time since Norwich City have seen a day or a night like this.
Stearman's red card in the previous game gave the opportunity to Jason Shackle to make his first start for the club at the heart of the defence in what would be a fantastic end-to-end contest that got off to the perfect start for Wolves.
Watford get us underway then. And Mariappa, who's been given the duty to play at right back, with Lloyd Doyley slotting in alongside Lee Bromby. Jada Merritt was another man who failed a late fitness test. Hence the reorganisation in the Watford back four. And Wolves forced to reorganise, of course, because of that red card to Richard Stearman at Carrow Road. There's Chris Hakimi, who's keeping Wayne Hennessy out of the side at the moment. Hennessy was ever present for Wolves last season, the young Welshman. Lonely flick on, and here's Uelumo, and it could be going all the way. It does. What a start for Wolves. 43 seconds on the clock, and Chris Uelumo puts the one up. Well, Richard Lee, who saved 3 penalties in a week, hardly had time to have a look at the game. Long ball through the middle, and Uelumo got the final touch as it dribbled across the line. Hoskins. Ward doing the defending. Gray backing him up. Mariappa. Hoskins. Won himself a bit of space. In by O'Toole. Excellent save, and finally in by Radiak. Watford back on level terms, and Gregor Radiak had taken 19 minutes of his first home start to open his Watford account. Henry Jones, and it's gone in. David Jones gives Wolves the lead once more with 6 minutes to go before half-time. Honed on the training pitch and finished to perfection. It's Wolves 2, Watford 1. And the free kick to be taken on that far side by Tommy Smith. In they go, and it's in from O'Toole. Well, it took 43 seconds of the first half. Jojo O'Toole a minute and a half of the second. And Watford back level. Here it goes. Uelumo, O'Toole's been pushed and a penalty given. Jojo O'Toole went down and the referee has pointed to the spot. Smith against Hakimi. Tommy Smith. Oh! Well, Wolves get let off, and Watford waste the opportunity. Watford through Tommy Smith's penalty miss, and McGregor Radiak header that cannoned off the crossbar, and Wolves, because they've been in front twice, and could be back in front here with Michael Kightly. Michael Gray. 3-2 Wolves, and Watford's defence went AWOL. Michael Gray, the man that was brought in, has given Wolves the lead. It's first of the season for the veteran. Shackle dealt with it. Shoot, say the crowd. Well, you've got to have the ball first. Doyley for Ainsworth. Ainsworth, decent ball across. Here's O'Toole again! And off the line by Foley.
Mick, the last time you won at Vicarage Road in the league at Wolves was 10 years ago. Steve Bull and Robbie Keane were the scorers.
Yeah, that had nothing to do with me, that one. I mean, we won in the Cup here last year, but we got slapped in the league the week after. So it was nice to win. It was a real tough, hard-fought championship game that could have ended up 6-all. There was some rubbish defending in from both sides and some poor finishing from both sides. But I would imagine it was entertaining for you guys.
And you had to win it 3 times.
Yeah, we did. We shouldn't be having to score 3 goals to win away from home, that's for sure. We've conceded lots recently, and it's a worry. The defending is a worry, no question.
When you've got a player like Michael Kightly in your side, he seems to have tremendous energy, but he's also got that little bit of awareness, and he showed that brilliantly for the winner.
Yeah, he's a real talent, and they were pushing to get back. You know, they're trying to get back into the game, and actually I think we caught them on the break then, and he has that ability certainly, but to pick his pass, and Mickey Gray, Johnny on the spot. I didn't expect Mickey to be scoring the winner, but I'm delighted he did.
Michael Mancien arrives on loan from Chelsea to bolster the defensive options. The promising youngster had already impressed at QPR the previous season and would continue his development at the heart of the Wolves back line. A home game against Swansea, the first of back-to-back games against Welsh opposition, would conclude the month on a snowy evening in the Black Country.
I don't know whether Krysiak can blame the conditions there. That's awkward. We might see a lot of that sort of thing. Hopeful ball towards Uelumo. He got the better of Williams. Ebanks-Blake. Plenty of options. Twisting and turning and scoring. Right on the stroke of half-time, Sylvain Ebanks-Blake gives Wolves the lead. There are plenty of options, but decided to plough a lone furrow and it worked for him. Jones. Bessone in there. And Swansea with a chance to get on the front foot at the start of this second half. Bessone again. Over Burner's head, Pratley. Oh, he scored! Perfect start to the second half for Swansea, level in the 49th minute. Bessone's cross, Burner's header, and Pratley found a gap. It's going to be Foley with the kick. Uelumo's up there, Ebanks-Blake trying to use his strength. Out to Carlos Edwards. Ooh, inviting cross! And Ebanks-Blake makes the most of it. But a lot of the credit has to go to the on-loan winger Carlos Edwards.
After a stumbling month, everyone was delighted to still see the Wolves' name at the top of the pile. 1 clear of Birmingham and 6 clear of the chasing pack. It was the club's best start to a league campaign since 2001. But the team could not afford to get complacent, as a tricky trip to the Welsh capital against third-place Cardiff would follow in a game that saw a full debut for on-loan defender Michael Mancien.
Uelumo now, threatening at the other end, and scoring too! And they are off to a flyer. The Championship's entertainers have scored here inside 3.5 minutes. Chris Uelumo. He is such a threat around the box. One of the game's journeymen. It's his 11th club he's with now. He's always done well wherever he's played. Really kept his head here. Steadied himself so well to deliver it into the court. Beyond Tom Heaton. Now Cardiff will be none too happy about their rather flimsy defending, but take nothing away from the quality of the finish. McCormack has been absolutely deadly up front for Cardiff. 11 goals in League and Cup this season. Good jump by Johnson. Ooh, Ebanks-Blake, look at the room he's got here. Gray arriving far post, Ebanks-Blake, and it's 2! They have arrived here in South Wales with such positive intentions. And look at this now, inside 8 minutes. It's a 2-goal lead for the table toppers. He's just on here. Purser's let him go. And he had the presence of mind just to steer it into the corner. Other options were open to him. But when you're in the kind of form that he's been in this season, well, you can hardly blame him for having a go himself. It was a tight angle, but he squeezed it in. Despite the despairing lunge, I think it's Purse going in here, look. Might have just got a slight deflection. which certainly didn't help Tom Heaton in that Cardiff goal. The deadly duo. McCormack, yes! Classic finish from Ross McCormack to emphasise just how well he's been finishing and playing this season.
What a start to the season it had been for the front two. Both Sylvain Ebanks-Blake and Chris Uelumo had reached double figures for the season, 10 goals apiece, after both getting on the score sheet against Cardiff. It would be an interesting battle between the two as the season progressed to see who would triumph in the scoring charts. And not to be outdone, fellow forward-thinking playmaker Michael Kightly bagged a double against giant killers Burnley. It was also significantly the club's first clean sheet in 8 games, a welcome return to defensive stability for an injured manager. It's been a painful week for Mick McCarthy after ankle surgery. Could really do with a tonic this afternoon. Wolves playing really well here without getting the opening goal yet. This is Kightly, Sylvain Ebanks-Blake, might fall back to Kightly, it has! And it's off the post, and he doesn't miss the second time. And now they have that goal, richly deserved. Kightly's 6th of the season. Really is a player in form, isn't it? Kightly wins the loose ball. Now it's Sylvain Ebanks-Blake. Kightly's gone for the return. Those two always looking to combine. Kightly! It's 2! Surely that will finish Burnley off now with just 15 minutes remaining. A fantastic Wolves move. That dream combination. Keogh's flick up. This is Sylvain Ebanks-Blake. And that's a poor challenge by Clark Carlisle. And he's been sent off here, the Burnley defender. His second bookable offence. A trip to the South Coast was on the agenda. Wolves had not beaten Southampton in 28 years, and with the clubs at either end of the table, it was current form and not history that prevailed in a nervy afternoon at the St Mary's Stadium.
Jones with the corner. Come out for Carl Henry. Edwards. It's not a bad ball. Uelumo! Great start for Wolves. 8th minute of the match. And Chris Uelumo meeting Carlos Edwards. Delightful cross. Edwards, lovely touch again. Going to get the better of Cork here, and he's succeeded in doing that. Oh, might fall here for Kightly. Oh, well, that surely should have ended in a goal. Cork was beaten. Here's Edwards. Oh, into David Jones' chance here. It's 2. Just over quarter of an hour gone, and Southampton may be sunk already. And it's David Jones who finishes it off. Uelumo's up. This is Kightly. Oh, he's got to! Oh, good save, Davis. And, well, the whistle is gone. Lee Mason ruling it out. Oh, yes! Alex Pearce. And Southampton have a foothold in this game at last. Beating Uelumo to it. Ebanks-Blake. Still want to keep that alive. Scatchel away, and Jones! Fine save, Kelvin Davis. Could have been much worse but for him. Jones struggling. that looked painful for Stearman. It's Jason Uelumo who made the challenge, and he's off. It was a little bit on the reckless side, and Southampton reduced to 10. Lallana, always a threat. Valenciennes losing out. It's Wright Phillips. Well, that's a real escape for Wolves. Folks, Keogh. Oh, and folks, he could be in here. Plenty of support.
Midweek international duty brought some great news for Wolves players. 11 members of the squad were called up to various levels of duty, the highlights of which were a full 90 minutes for Richard Stearman and Michael Kightly in the England under-21 match against the Czech Republic. Chris Uelumo made his first start for Scotland against Diego Maradona's Argentina, and on-loan defender Michael Mancienne was a surprise inclusion in Fabio Capello's full England squad for their friendly with Germany. Carl Henry's fifth yellow card of the campaign meant that he was suspended for the visit of Blackpool. Chris Uelumo took the captain's armband and bagged a brace as the team recorded their 9th home win in 10 matches at Molineux this season.
Oh, he's the target here, Uelumo. Stearman's flick. Good first touch, brilliant second! Oh, that's an outrageous goal from Chris Uelumo. Well, that is the finish and the first touch of a very confident front man indeed. Stearman in amongst the mix. Southern trying to get it away, but that is absolutely sublime striking play from Chris Uelumo. Look at that first touch, and the second wasn't bad either, was it? Oh. A goal to enjoy again and again. Oh, the has lost it! And Uelumo scores! Well, if the first was sublime, the second was ridiculous. Poor Ajunka handing it to Chris Uelumo on a plate. We heard the shout of keepers. He was confident he could get to it, he did. Ever couldn't bail his goalkeeper out. Uelumo on hand to make sure, possibly, of all 3 points for Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Once again, Wolves got out of the blocks quickly, this time away at Sheffield United. Carl Henry returned in the midfield, and Chris Uelumo continued his amazing scoring run with his 4th and 5th goals in 3 games. But it was bad news for goalkeeper Carl Ikimi, who was substituted before the end of the first half with bruised ribs. It's a long kick forward by Ikimi. Kightly with the touch, now Sylvain Ebanks-Blake back to Kightly. Uelumo's in there, he's been forced wide. Oh, but he's still found the back of the net. That is a wonderful finish. A really acute angle, but it didn't put off Chris Uelumo. It's his 3rd goal in 2 games, 14 for the season. It's a good delivery in there, and it's headed just over. Isn't a great one. This is Henry. He's got Sylvain Ebanks-Blake in the middle. Oh, and Chris Uelumo was there as well. How about that for a finish? Make it 4 in 2 games now. Kightly. Sheffield United incredibly stretched here. Kightly, Sylvain Ebanks-Blake. Kightly wants it back. Ebanks-Blake isn't going to give it him back. He's found the back of the net. It just gets better and better and better. 3-0 Wolves. Devastating stuff. It's on for Spring. Yeah, it's a lifeline for Sheffield United. The club were dealt a double goalkeeper blow as Matt Murray suffered another setback in his long road to recovery whilst on loan at Hereford. It was another injury for the desperately unlucky stopper. The manager had to act quick and brought in Shane Higgs on loan from Cheltenham Town to offer cover. The month came to a close with the much anticipated Midlands Derby between the top two teams in the division. Wayne Hennessy replaced Carl Akimi in net in a game that didn't disappoint.
Jerome to chase, Stearman in trouble, it's Cameron Jerome and Birmingham are in front. Well, but for the illness to Kevin Phillips, Cameron Jerome probably wouldn't have been out there on the pitch. What an impact. A scorer on the way to promotion 2 seasons ago here at Molineux, and a scorer again today to lift Birmingham's promotion hopes this time around. He got the better of Stearman, who was brilliant in the first half at the back for Wolves, but it's his error, which Cameron Jerome takes full advantage of. Held his composure, strong to hold off Mancienne, and eventually it deflected off Stearman, but without doubt, Cameron Jerome's goal. Stephen Ward. Kightly. Looking for Ward again, it was a clever pass. Ward's in here, Ebanks-Blake, goal for Wolves. Sylvain Ebanks-Blake with his 12th goal of the season, and the way they're feeling, the most important. Mick McCarthy's league leaders back on terms against second in the table, Birmingham City. Look at this for a pass from Kightly. Ward still needed to do well up against Jaidi, and when he cut it back, Stephen Ward, he got reward for his promising play from left back, because Ebanks-Blake tucked in quite beautifully with his right foot. Not an easy chance, but he made it look so. And you have to say, the way they played in the second half, Wolves have deserved it. 1-1.
Mick, a great battle today. Should you have won it in the end?
Well, because of the way the game finished, it looked like we could have, perhaps should have, but they had some good chances as well. They had their spell in the game. I think the first half was quite even, not a great deal in it. Second half, they started better than us. Cameron Jerome got in behind us a couple of times, but at the end of it, we were the team that were pushing for the win. You might think that should be the case with the home side, but we had legs left and we had some good chances near the end to win it.
In a high-pressure contest like this, what was your assessment of the overall performance?
Not a great first half. I don't think we passed it as well as we could. It looked like a high-pressure game when we weren't as comfortable in possession as we generally are. Second half, I thought we were terrific. After the start, we got off to a bad start, and then we got the ball down and passed it. And like I said, reality is that we were the team that were pushing to win it near the end.
This was also going to be a stern test of the character of your players, of a young side. How well do you feel they responded overall?
I thought they were terrific. You know, the test is when you have a difficult start and then have a difficult start at the second half, you could crumble. They didn't. As I've said, we were stronger at the end.
What a month for Wolves, unbeaten in all 6 games of November, international recognition for many of the club's stars, 3 goals for Sylvain, 6 for Chris, and a healthy 6-point gap to second place. However, December would not get off to the best start, the club losing for the first time since the middle of October to a rejuvenated QPR side.
Rowlands, yes! Yes! It's the skipper who has done it for Queen's Park Rangers. How fortune swung quickly then, from one end to the other. Rangers so nearly went behind. But now they have the goal that they will feel their players deserve. Really
struck it sweetly, maybe just a little deflection on the way. Let's see here. Possibly off Stearman there. But might have rock-footed Wayne Hennessy. Hard to tell. He couldn't reach it at full stretch then, the goalkeeper. But could prevent it from flying into the net.
A welcome return to Fortress Molineux to face a struggling Derby side. Uelumo was ruled out with an ankle injury, and so in stepped Andy Keogh for his first start since mid-October. Good long ball forward by Hennessy, it's flicked on by Keogh, and Ebanks-Blake is in there. On the referee's pointed to the spot. The Derby defenders can't quite believe it, but the referee, Mr. Hegley, pointing at Powell there, suggesting a handball. And it's the perfect start for Wolves. Ebanks-Blake with his 13th goal of the season. A really well taken penalty. Sent the goalkeeper the wrong way. Paolo, he's made a mistake here. He's letting Ebanks-Blake desperately trying to get back. Has Keogh in support. It's Keogh. Oh, and it's just wide. A really good chance squandered by his high standards. Now Keogh. They've got Kightly on the ball again. They look to him at every opportunity. He's such a good outlet. Really showing his twinkle toes there as well. Good ball in there. Chance! And it's been taken by Dave Edwards. 5 minutes before half-time, Wolves double their lead. Stephen Ward involved again as well. He's having a fantastic game. Nancier. Kightly. He's been everywhere tonight. It's a lovely through ball. It's Keogh. Surely he'll make it 3. Ebanks-Blake. Now it is 3. And now it's game over. Just before the hour mark, the game ended as a contest. Barnsley were the visitors for the second of back-to-back home games. With Uelumo still out of the team, Wolves were unchanged, and it was Kevin Foley who was the surprise headline maker.
Here's Edwards. Keogh. Pressure there. Up to Kightly. Real problems here, Barnsley. Ebanks-Blake has found Foley. Oh, spectacular, dramatic goalkeeping from Muller. Keogh. Here's Ward. Edwards pointing the way. Ebanks-Blake. Good advantage played by the referee. Kightly finding Foley. Oh, own goal! It's gone in off Hassel. And they were at 6s and 7s there, Barnsley. Alas, I don't think he was too grateful for that pass. Ebanks-Blake. Ward. Lovely dummy from Ebanks-Blake, but Kalas is the man on the end of it. He's only found Foley. That's good play. He really does fancy it today, Kevin Foley. Ebanks-Blake trying to keep it alive. Kightly's in there. And a painful one, but he's still alive. Fall for Vokes. Foley. Vokes. On to Foley, who's continued his run. And he scored. That should put it beyond any doubt at all. Well, 2 Wolves goals. And really you have to say that Heinz Müller hasn't covered himself in glory on either of them.
trip to struggling Donny Rovers would eventually end in victory for Wolves and the third clean sheet in a row for Wayne Hennessy, who had taken his opportunity with both hands, putting in some solid displays between the sticks. 9 minutes of normal time remain here at the Keepmoat Stadium. Wolves with plenty of players forward here. And it's going to be Kightly to swing the ball in. On Collins has got his head to it, and that is a vital goal for Wolves. Doncaster would say he's lucky to be on the pitch after that foul on Lewis Guy earlier in the second half. He wouldn't have started the game but for an injury to Michael Mancien in the warm-up, but Neil Collins has got the crucial goal with just 9 minutes left here. A towering header. Brilliantly taken goal. It could prove absolutely vital. The Boxing Day clash with Sheffield United was a tough contest. Ending the year on a high would be key to carrying momentum into the new year, and a hard-fought draw was pleasing for the manager. Jarvis with the throw-in. With Stearman, gets it back again. His turn as well. Foley, shown in field and happy to go there. It's left by Uelumo, and that's an opportunity missed. There'll be few and far between. Kightly with the corner. It will be an outswinger with his right boot. And it's headed home. It's that combination again. Collins with the header. Kightly with the delivery, just like it was at Doncaster. This time the goals come after 19 minutes. Collins' second goal in as many games. Dyer's got it back again here. Thought about the shot, then thought better of it. It's drilled in there, and was that off the arm of Stearman? Certainly the travelling Sheffield United fans thought so. It's back into the penalty area, what a save! What a stop by Hennessy. Just managed to get his legs to the shot. Sheffield United still aren't done that. The referee plays the advantage. Another good ball in. BT! Now they do have their goal, and there was nothing that Hennessy could do about it this time. Ekiog's header, and it's been won back here by Wolves. And the shot is just wide. Edwards again goes close. Still 1-1 here at Molineux. Which way is this game going to go? Collins. Maybe not the ball that was required in the circumstances, and it's a real chance, and it's been turned home by Webber, but there's a flag up. Wolves breathe again thanks to the flag on this near side against Webber. It really could go either way, this game. It's been fascinating to watch at times. Keeper stays on his line, and it's headed just over. Well, Bennett thought about coming to try and punch and then thought better of it. A trip north would finish the year and would also be the last game for on-loan defender Michael Mancien, who returned to Chelsea after 10 fantastic displays for Wolves.
Wolves unbeaten in 4, Blackpool without a win in 4, although they have drawn their last 3 games. Comes on by Ebanks-Blake here, Uelumo trying to turn. It was a very awkward challenge, it's a penalty given away by Edwards against his former club, and inside the opening 3 minutes, the divisional leaders have the chance to take the lead from the penalty spot. Arms all round Chris Uelumo. He did his best to stay on his feet and try and get the shot in. And that is a clear penalty given by Kevin Friend. Had a very good view of it, the referee. And Chris Uelumo wins the penalty, which is strike partner Sylvan Ebanks-Blake will take. This, the goal number 15 this season. And And the foundation for Wolves having a 9-point lead at the top of the Championship table. Never in doubt. As calm a penalty as you can wish to see. Despite the best efforts of Paul Rachubka, Ebanks-Blake easily sent him the wrong way. And the mistake by Rob Edwards against his former club has given Wolves a 4th-minute lead. Ball flicked on for Taylor Fletcher, makes it 1-1. Blackpool back on level terms. Now Ward. They do well to turn inside. Ebanks-Blake, good ball for him as well. Jarvis with the pace, Jarvis with the finish. 2-1 at Wolves. It has been coming. Classic counter-attacking football. Stephen Ward round the first challenge. Ebanks-Blake with the awareness, and Jarvis with the legs to get him back behind the Blackpool back line. And after 10 minutes of constant Wolves pressure, they're rewarded. Jarvis, at the 3rd time of asking, making a run down that channel. This time he beat Paul Rachubka and got it inside the post. Only his 2nd ever Wolves goal. But their 2nd of the evening gives them a 2-1 lead. Reads in, swinging delivery. Hennessy came out, didn't get there, and it's bundled over the line. The equalising goal scored by Fox. In fact, it's Edwards, I think, who's going to claim it.
What a start to the season it had been. Top of the league at the end of every month. Manager of the Month awards for Mick in August and November. The Player of the Month award for Chris Uelumo in November, who also sat proudly at the top of the goal-scoring charts, closely followed by Sylvain Ebanks-Blake, who picked up the December Player of the Month accolade and an incredible home record, having lost only 1 game at Molineux. It was also a club record points haul to the end of December. Everything was looking promising for 2009. The first game of the new year was at home to Preston, and an uncharacteristic display saw the club make a disappointing start to the home stretch.
Oh, it's a gift for Ebanks-Blake, which he gleefully accepts. Oh, Andy Lonergan, one of those horrible moments. Ebanks-Blake took full advantage. Ross Wallace. It's a decent looking cross and a goal for Elliott. Oh, remember me, he says. And Preston a level. Yes. That's a good ball. Elliott's in again. Oh, terrific save. Header in the end. Oh, went parking off the bar and in. Sean St Ledger. And Preston have come from behind to lead. Surely this time. McKenna. For Chaplow here. Oh, they've got in a bit of a mess there, Wolves. And Parkin! It's got worse for Wolves. Oh, well, the flag is up. Parkin. Great ball. Wallace. Stearman drawn out. Oh, and right fall here for Sedgwick. It'll fall for Elliott. Wolves haunted by the ghost of a striker past. Well, he got a touch on it. Out for Jarvis. Kightly. Sorts of heads up, Lonergan. And a bit of difficulty. Jarvis back in there. And Parkin in there. Oh, big appeal. And it's given. to Preston's fury. Colin Webster has pointed to the spot. Well, Chris Sedgwick leading the protests, but Colin Webster thought that John Parkin had handled that. Well, did his assistant have a different view? Well, it looks like he has. Well, he's changed his mind, the referee. I have never seen anything like this before. Well, now it's Wolves' turn to protest, but it is one of the most bizarre refereeing incidents you will see, not just this season, but in any season. And Wolves thought they had a chance to give themselves a glimmer of hope in this match, but that chance has gone. What a remarkable incident.
The winter weather had brought with it postponements up and down the country. One of these was the much anticipated third round FA Cup tie with fellow Midlanders and title challengers Birmingham City.
Keogh's onside here, real chance for Wolves, taken. Birmingham look across, wanting offside. Keogh played on and fires it beyond Taylor. Just the start Wolves are looking for. And even Harry Webb getting involved. And Keogh can form an attack here for Wolves. Kightly on the overlap, here he is. Vokes in the middle, here he is. And Wolves are 2 up. Counter-attacking football at its best for Wolves.
Well, congratulations, Mick, through to the next round. How happy are you with your team's performance this evening?
I'm delighted with the team's performance, yeah. I thought we played very well. I know they've had a couple of chances in the second half. It could have been done with. Just after half-time, the chances we'd had. Really pleased, good performance.
And some of the lads came in, I suppose, and have pushed themselves into the reckoning for regular starts now, I imagine.
You got all angles covered there, didn't you, with that question? I guess you imagine, right, that if they come in and play well, then they have a chance to earn that right to play in the team. I thought Dave Edwards, especially at right back, was excellent. George Friend, wide left, who's not had that many games. It was a good team performance, really pleased with them.
And Middlesbrough in the next round at home. It's a lovely one to look forward to a week on Saturday.
Yeah, it is. I said, we spoke to him the other day from our press conference, and I said I've picked a team to try and win the game, and I think people were alluding to the fact that I might be showing some kind of, not really taking it seriously, and that wasn't the case, and that's been proven tonight. And we'll try and beat Middlesbrough when they come to our place, and it's a week on Saturday. The only thing is we've got Reading on Tuesday afterwards, so they can all come and watch us and they can have a rest, and we'll get on with it.
Luck was on Wolves' side in the Cup, but could this translate to league form that was beginning to look worrying? A tough match with Bristol City proved again to be another game of missed opportunities and disappointment.
Basso's got a come and he didn't get it. Oh, do we blame the wind or do we blame the goalkeeper? It doesn't matter. Neil Collins is claiming it, and you'll struggle to take it off him. What a blow to Bristol City, right on the stroke of half-time. Jarvis who laid it back. It was just a hopeful cross. Basso should have dealt with it. He misjudged it. He wasn't impeded, the goalkeeper. It just brushed his fingertips. And although it would have gone in anyway, Collins wasn't going to wait. He had the final touch before the ball was over the line. It's Bristol City 0, it's Wolves 1, and it's the 4th goal of the season for Neil Collins. Oh, that's nicely through. Great chance and a really good goal. Matthew Jarvis gets his second goal of the season, and they come right through the heart of that Bristol City defence. Short, incisive passing, making light of the tricky conditions. Now, it stems from this. Basso's kick was a poor one, didn't get any distance on it, it came straight back at them. Jarvis was clearly played onside by Orr. Well, you could almost chalk that up as another goalkeeping mistake. There were several touches before it found its way into the back of the net, but it was Basso's clearance which put his team under pressure. Unless they can turn this one around, they're going to lose more ground on the teams chasing for the playoff places. Here's Ebola. Well, they pull one back, and it's the half-time substitute who shows his worth and his strength. Wolves had a spell in October and November when they won 7 games in a row, and Ebola uses his strength to get away. Can he make it level? Oh, he's setting up for the equaliser. Maynard makes it 2-2.
The FA Cup competition returns swiftly to Molineux in a tough tie with Premier League Middlesbrough. Despite the lofty opposition, it was clear the manager had the title campaign in mind as he shuffled his pack once again and came close to causing an upset.
Tunchai. Alves onside. Alves is going to score. It's a beautiful finish. Just a borderline, Alfonso Alves, but take nothing away from the execution. Who's looking for this precious equaliser? Keep them in this FA Cup tie. It's not a bad header, it's a pretty good one in fact from Funks. Scored against Birmingham in the last round. He's done it this time out against Middlesbrough. Downing. Tunchai to his right, this is Emnes. Oh, he scored! Coming off the bench to give Middlesbrough the lead, yet again in this cup tie.
Since September, the Championship had seen 3 clubs break away from the rest of the league on points. Wolves, Birmingham and the club's next opponents, Reading. It was still early, but everyone could see this was going to be a key 6-pointer in the season.
Good harrying that. And they've won it back, have Reading. Can Stephen Hunt find a cross? Well, finally got it away, Wolves. Fired straight back in though. And oh dear! Own goal. Neil Collins has given Reading the lead. Well, Noel Hunt is taking the credit for putting the defender under pressure, but just heads it past his own goalkeeper, Neil Collins. A bit of a mess all round, that goal from a Wolves point of view. Ebanks-Blake. Jarvis. Across the area. Must score, Keogh! Oh, it's dragged it wide. Harper. Straight at the goalkeeper. Too easy for Hennessy. 2-0 would have wrapped it up surely for Reading. Collins has run that into touch. It'll be a corner kick for Reading. Oh, now what's happened there to upset the linesman? His flag went up as Collins said something as he walked away.
and there's going to be a discussion between the officials. Reading are ready to just get on with it. Well, Neil Collins has obviously said something to upset the referee's assistant, because a long debate has been had between the officials. And referee Booth wants a word with the Scottish defender. His innocence is being pleaded by his teammates. So he's gone for his pocket, and it's red card. Well, I can only presume that Neil Collins has sworn at the linesman.
Ebanks-Blake's form was matching the club's. With no goal in 5 games, he was desperate to perform and get back the scoring touch. Watford were the team to suffer as the club ended a tough month on a high.
Wolverhampton Wanderers on the attack. Ball played into the danger area. Good effort that by Sylvan Ebanks-Blake. Just couldn't generate the power that he wanted to. And Loach made a regulation save. Now, Wolves on the attack once again. Chance for the ball to be played into the danger zone. It was a really good effort indeed. Carl Henry stretching. Sylvan Ebanks-Blake. Richard Stearman got to the header. Knocked it down, and Ebanks-Blake turned and rocketed it into the roof of the goal. Now Watford trying to strike back. It's been dropped and turned in by Watford. It's not going to count. It's been ruled out by the referee. I think he's saying there was a foul on the goalkeeper. There's Kightly with the corner. Stearman again. Good save once more by Loach. Watford pushing and pressing. Chance for Wolves to relieve the pressure here. Ebanks-Blake did really well. This is Kightly. Kightly now. He's got one free in the middle. And it's Andy Keogh. Andy Keogh makes it 2 for Wolverhampton Wanderers. Well, he took it really well. Didn't come down too kindly for him, but he tucked it away neatly. Watford trying to get a foothold in the game, and they might here. They have. So they get one back. Keogh. Still Keogh. Wolves trying to scrap it out here. Jarvis with the chance to cross. Oh, it's a lovely one. Great header. Superb header from substitute Sam Vokes. Lovely cross by Jarvis. Excellent header by Sam Vokes.
A win, a draw and 2 defeats. Not championship winning form by any means, but with teams around them dropping points as well, Wolves celebrate another month at the top of the pile. The close of the month also brought to an end the transfer window, and the manager made some astute purchases, wary that the team needed a bit of strengthening for the final stretch. West Ham were plundered, capturing 2 midfielders at either end of the footballer's timeline. Much-travelled veteran Nigel Quasi came in to give extra experience for the crucial run-in, and youngster Kyle Reid was also drafted in, both on loan. Also in the transfer market, manager Mick McCarthy finally got his man when Christophe Berra made the move south of the border from Hearts to the Black Country. The manager had made repeated bids to the Edinburgh side, and he finally succeeded on deadline day for an undisclosed fee. And finally, veteran Michael Gray made the switch to fellow Championship side Sheffield Wednesday after a short loan spell at the Owls. A new month began and Ebanks-Blake continued his resurgence in form, bagging his first hat-trick for the club. But ultimately, Wolves were disappointed not to finish off the struggling Canaries.
Ebanks-Blake inside the penalty area. Oh, back off the crossbar. And then the follow-up goes wide as well. He can't believe that's not gone in. Oh, Ebanks-Blake again, who's missed it. Won't miss this time, surely. 1-0 Wolves. And having missed the header, he got a second opportunity. Probably should have scored there. Goal was at his mercy second time around. Croft putting Stearman under a bit of pressure, and Croft's in here. Lee Croft for Norwich, and it's 1-1. Only has eyes for goal, it's been blocked. Ebanks-Blake. Great save, Marshall. Not cleared yet the danger. And Jarvis is denied as well. Double save from the goalkeeper. And Norwich finally hack it clear. Here come the visitors again. They're not lying down. Oh, what about that from Carl Court? His first Norwich goal has stunned Molineux. Ebanks-Blake, they're desperate for an equaliser now, Wolves. Can they find one? This is Jarvis. His cross, not cleared. Ebanks-Blake has bundled it in. There is the equaliser. And promotion chasing Wolves have got themselves level again. Now they're looking for the winner, Wolves. Jarvis again tormenting the fullback. Oh, and he might get a second go at this as well, you know, Jarvis. They've made a right mess of that, Norwich. Jarvis, can he find the cross? Picks out Blake. Ebanks-Blake. A hat-trick to get Wolves in front. Well, when you need your top scorer to come up trumps, that's exactly what Sylvan Ebanks-Blake has done. There's had to be another twist in this game. Doherty at the back post, oh, it's gone in! And Norwich are level again. Relegation threatened Norwich have come back to level it up at 3-3 at Molineux.
A short journey to a resurgent Coventry City would follow, and despite another goal from informed Sam Vokes, the club again dropped points and left the manager scratching his head about his once resolute defence.
Inside, trying to put some pressure on. Good turn by Morrison. Oh, he's hit the upright. Still a chance, and Doyle rams it home, and Wolves go behind. Now chance for Wolverhampton Wanderers here. Jarvis's ball forward. Decent effort by Nigel Quasi. Header at the far post, and it's in. Sam Vokes. A birthday present for Mick McCarthy on his 50th birthday. Vokes at the far post, he did really well. 1-1. Now Wolves having to defend again. This is Mackenzie. And Leon Mackenzie has scored for Coventry City. Wolves were caught on the counter-attack. Can they get anything out of this yet? Ebanks-Blake turns, he's bundled over. The referee says penalty. A chance for the equaliser. The Coventry players don't agree with the decision. Now here's Ebanks-Blake, but it's saved. Kieran Westwood has saved, and Wolves' chance of a point has gone.
The story of the season so far had been the exploits of Burnley in the cup competitions, defeating Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs and West Brom along the way. They would take another important scalp in the race for the title when Wolves came to Turf Moor.
Not worked out for Burnley. It was Patterson just lurking. Ball down the right-hand side with Elliott, looking to tease Ward. Gets a good ball in towards the far post. Just for Burnley, and Burnley scored. They've got the goal. Far post. What a good finish. And it's Chris McCann again for Burnley.
No win in 3 and only 1 point gained in that period. The club were determined to take something away from the Welsh opposition. It came late and was more than a little lucky.
Away by Johnson. This is Chopra. Forced back, Hasseled back. Kightly for Keogh. Oh, it's off the post, and Ebanks-Blake just couldn't follow it up. Let off for Cardiff. Kightly. Plenty of going forward for Wolves. Ebanks-Blake. It's yet another goal for Sylvan Ebanks-Blake. And just look what it means to them. Keogh. Ebanks-Blake's in again here. Denied. Keogh should have scored. Plenty men in forward for Cardiff. Chopra's one of them, and Chopra scores. 6th goal of the season for Michael Chopra. And Cardiff are level at Molineux. This was Johnson. Free header for Roger Johnson. Cardiff have turned this around. Hennessy goes long. Wolves win today, looking to stretch their lead at the top of the championship. Still behind to Cardiff City. Should be Constantopoulos' ball. Is that gone over the line? The assistant is signalling. It's a goal. And it's a bizarre own goal from Cardiff's main man between the sticks. Have you ever seen anything like that?
A wretched month came to a close with another forgettable performance.
Bouncing around. That's Gallagher! That's a brilliant goal! Man on loan from Blackburn Rovers comes up with a peach of an overhead kick.
The club's worst month of the season saw them pick up just 2 points out of a possible 15. But it wasn't just Wolves feeling the heat. Both Birmingham and Reading had stumbled as well, and despite the gap closing, Wolves kept up the incredible record of sitting at the summit at the end of every month in the season. With 11 games still to play, the job was far from done. Wolves needed to pick up points quickly to consolidate their domination at the top, starting at Selhurst Park.
Hennessy's got to be on full alert, and he is! It's a brilliant save! Fizzed in low across the greasy surface, and it's a top save. Oh, is that a penalty? The referee says it is. Palace can't believe it. Kightly going down under the challenge. Ebanks-Blake scores. It's a big goal for Wolves.
Back-to-back 1-0 away wins were secured against Sheffield Wednesday. The form was back at exactly the right time.
Wolves, chance to cross here, Kightly, Ebanks-Blake, oh, he's so good at that sort of situation. It was a lovely cross by Kightly. I think the Sheffield Wednesday defence thought they had everything covered there, but he lifted the ball towards the far post. Ebanks-Blake was hunting, he headed it down, and Wolves lead by 1-0. Wolves trying to keep the pressure on, but they may have to do some defending here. Now, here's danger. It's Jermaine Johnson. Still Johnson. Still Johnson. Great chance. What an opportunity. But it's gone begging. Lovely skills. He did really well, apart from finish. Wolves trying to keep the pressure on. Ebanks-Blake turned over the top by Richard Hines.
Next up was a return to Molineux for a tricky fixture against Ipswich. The Tractor boys had been shipping goals recently, but looked rock solid on the day, and the manager had to be happy with a point.
That's Jones. Good try. Good save from Richard Wright. Pushed it all the way. Ebanks-Blake. Should be another free kick. And that's Reed. That's not very far away, is it? Parts of Molineux thought he was in. Kightly to keep this alive, which he does. Ebanks-Blake! And the follow-up is wide. Ipswich living dangerously.
Shocked basement side Charlton came to Molineux desperate for a win and battled until the last whistle, but it proved to no avail as Wolves continued to go marching on.
Chance for Kightly to lay the ball, and he does neatly. Uelumo scores off the post. Elliott is complaining, and it may have taken a touch off the defender, but Uelumo did what all good strikers should do. He just prodded it towards the goal, and it came off for him. But it was a clever ball in by Kightly. Uelumo just sticking out a boot, and Wolves lead. Charlton trying to get back in it. This is Zheng Zi. Still Zi. Good play and an excellent finish. And Charlton Athletic equalise through Zheng Zi. Well, the small group of Charlton fans who've made the trip delighted with that goal, and so they should be. So Wolves going to have to rise to the challenge here. Neat play, wasn't really closed down effectively. Now corner then for Wolverhampton Wanderers. Uelumo having a real battle at that front post as the ball is whipped in. Uelumo gets the flick on and it's turned in. Ebanks-Blake has turned the ball home. Well, he's so good in and around the area. He had that tussle with Matt Holland, and Ebanks-Blake won it to turn the ball home. Jones corner, flicked on by Uelumo. Not the greatest goal he'll ever score, but they all count.
The month came to a close with a visit to another struggling side, Nottingham Forest, in a match that saw Michael Kightly finally get back on the score sheet after months without a goal. And what a vital goal it proved to be.
Wolves trying to pile the pressure on Forest, struggling down at the bottom of the table. Ebanks-Blake, he'll try one here. Gathered at the second attempt by Ian Turner. His debut for Forest on loan from Everton. And the young Scot tested there by Ebanks-Blake. Ebanks-Blake again. Ball turned back neatly off Kightly. Scores! Michael Kightly scores his first goal since November. Lay back by Vokes. One touch, two, and it was in the goal. Turner then with the goal kick for Forest in front of the Wolves fans. Chance here. Well, what a goal that would have been!
After the club's worst month of the season, and with the other big clubs close on their heels, Wolves put together a run of 4 wins out of 5 and 13 points out of 15. A point haul that saw them extend their lead at the top with 1 month and 6 games still to play. Also during March, the manager made some astute acquisitions on loan, with a view to seeing out the season without any problems. In came experienced and proven goalscorer Marlon Howard from Aston Villa, and also on the move to Molineux was Sunderland's Darren Ward, and for the second time in his career, journeyman goalkeeper Graham Stack. Wolves went into their crunch game with Birmingham 5 points clear of their local rivals. Win and they were all but sure of promotion. Lose and the title would likely go to the wire.
Jones. Edwards. It's Ridgewell. Oh, and that was a wild lunge. Carsley. Uelumo looks in some trouble. Oh, it's going to be a red card. It's off. Lee Carsley has been sent off. It's been deemed reckless and dangerous by Mark Halsey. It takes a lot for this referee to produce a red card, but he's done so for Carsley. And it's no great surprise because the studs were showing and it was a nasty challenge. Well, it's not good from those members of the crowd that are booing Uelumo. The more sensible are applauding him as he's carried in considerable pain from the pitch. Over it. Just over a minute to play in the first half. It's on by Jaidi, hesitation, and Jerome! Birmingham have bundled it in. Jerome, the goal scorer, looks mystified himself. But the 10 men have scored, and despite the sending off of Lee Carsley, the leaders Wolves are going to go in here behind. Curious goal, one that was eminently preventable from a Wolves standpoint. Foley. Oh, Wolves player took a tumble. It was Vokes, appealingly at the referee, stared straight back at him. Here's O'Connor at the other end, and O'Connor round the goalkeeper. O'Connor can make it too! And the 10 men of Birmingham lead the league leaders by 2 goals to 0. This is bordering on the amazing.
Let's focus on one decision and one incident. Certainly, in the first half, you lost Chris Uelumo. What impact do you feel that had on the game, from your perspective?
Well, I think the whole thing, the losing our centre forward, sending Lee Carsley off. I didn't want him to go off, I have to be honest, because I think it's not ruining the game for Birmingham, of course, but it's ruining the game for us, because I don't think after that there were too many decisions that we got. And having scored the goal when they did, they were allowed to sit back, and fair play to them. He scored a good goal, Gary O'Connor coming on, but poor game all round for us.
How is Chris Uelumo?
No, yeah, he's got a sore knee, whatever it is, I don't know. We've not had time to look at it or assess it properly.
So the club would have to do it the hard way. But a victory against struggling Southampton edged the club closer to the ultimate target and gave an opportunity for the manager to heap praise on his young side.
What a massive role the supporters have got to play here today. First corner to really try and get them onside, and that's the way to do it. Kelvin Davis ends up on the deck, and Sam Vokes will celebrate. Wolves have taken just over 30 seconds to bulldoze their way into a lead. Well, I said about getting the crowd behind you, didn't I? After 25 seconds, it was a good start. After 35 seconds, it is the perfect start, isn't it? And Southampton all season capable of conceding, and Kelvin Davis comes for it, and he doesn't really get anywhere near it. We know how good Sam Vokes is in the air. It's a super leap, and the Southampton defenders are actually in between Vokes and Davis, and that's why Davis can't get to the ball, and it's a perfect start for Wolverhampton Wanderers. One corner, one goal. Here comes corner number 2. It's back with David Jones for Wolves. Good whipped-in ball, and it's turned home by Jody Craddock. Southampton just cannot defend, and Wolves are cruising after 5 minutes. Well, that is quite remarkable, isn't it? What do they say about once bitten? Not in this case. It's a different kind of a corner. Straight off the training ground, it's a short one. Look how much time David Jones has got to put a good ball in. And where's the marking on Jody Craddock? To be fair to Craddock, he's still got a lot to do. He's got to get the perfect contact. Southampton, everyone back to man the defences. It's Jones, it's slid into Foley, it's neat. It's dealt with by Southampton. Challenge comes in. The referee's going to give a penalty there against Marek Saganovsky. Oh, that's interesting. He's not complaining. It seemed to me as if David Edwards went over really, really easily, I have to say, first impressions, but Saganovsky not complaining. It's a very, very well worked free kick. As it's played here, watch Foley at the top of your screen burst forward, and actually he'll be disappointed in the ball he plays in, but as it comes out, David Edwards first to react. There's a left foot swing from Saganovsky, and he doesn't get the ball, and the referee's got it right. David Jones, who last goal this season came against Southampton, will take on Davis and score in emphatic style. That's 3-0 for Wolves. Surely no way back for Southampton. 3 goals which should give them 3 giant points in the push for the Premier League.
4 games left now, Mick. You're very close. How confident are you can finish the job?
Well, I'm more confident today than I was on August the 11th when it started. So I'm not suggesting that it's cut and dried, but when we had 46 to play and we were starting with zilch, I think 4 to play and the points that we've got and the lead that we've got should leave us feeling a little bit more confident. There's still work to be done.
It's too early to say it's yours to throw away?
Of course, we want to go and win it, you know. We're looking at, well, Reading and Sheffield United have just started, but I'm looking at Birmingham. They're the ones, they beat us, they're chasing us. All we can do is win our games. We've done that today, so why bother upsetting me and everybody else by asking me about anything else? We've won. Let's get on with it. Eh? We've done. Enjoy this one, and we'll get on to Derby on Monday.
4 games remained, and a home tie with Derby would prove an incredible game, with Wolves coming from 2-1 down to clinch all 3 points with a double from in-form Andy Keogh.
He goes looking for Keogh, who finds the back of the net. Well, how about that? Launched up towards him on his own. Just a little nudge to end up making the ball fall into his path, and it's a fine finish. Vince wins the free kick. Four on the wall for Hennessy. Casimir Jack over this and scores! Wonderful execution. And Derby have got themselves level. Oh, and it's 2. Stoyovski's turned it around here. And Derby lead for the first time. Jones. Keogh, everybody misses it. And it's in! "15 minutes to go. Matt Jarvis makes it 2-2. Wolves can try and mount a break here. Plenty of men in the centre, waiting for it. Keogh's one of them! And they've turned it around! Another incredible twist! And Andy Keogh pops up, 3 minutes to go!
With Birmingham again slipping up, this time against Plymouth, the gap had now grown to 6 points. A win against QPR would guarantee Premier League football, and if Birmingham failed to win as well, then the club would be crowned champions.
Henry. This is Jarvis. Now Ward looking for Keogh. And Keogh getting in! Maybe here! It's there! Ebanks-Blake is the man who's done it! And now Molineux can celebrate! The pressure is off! At least for the moment! How much do they love this? They have 1 foot now in the Premiership. Mistake, and a bad one at the back by Damien Stewart, allowing Keogh to get round there. And Ebanks-Blake, his 25th goal of the season. He loved it. Now Jarvis. Now Wood again. And has he won the free kick, or is it going to be given the other way? He's blown the final whistle. On my watch, coming a little bit early, but now there is a pitch invasion underway. But the reality of the situation is that the final whistle had gone, and Wolverhampton Wanderers have won, courtesy of that goal from Sylvan Ebanks-Blake, and Wolverhampton are promoted. And look at the scenes. The delirious supporters tell you exactly what it means to them. This city craves and demands Premiership football, and they are back.
What a day and what a season. Premier League football had been guaranteed with 2 games to go. 1 more point would seal the Championship trophy and become second-tier champions for only the 3rd time in the club's history. The penultimate and championship winning game was at Barnsley. In the end, the result was academic as local rivals Birmingham were defeated and the title race was over.
Bogdanovic has to get his shot away. Falls for Macken, good save. Macken again. Barnsley lead at Oakwell. John Macken at the 2nd attempt. Bogdanovic's effort scuffed, falling to Macken. Nicely done. What can they get of this, Wolves? It's silky stuff from Jarvis. Here's Reed, scores! Back across from Jarvis to find Reed to fire it in at the near post.
And so the destination of the championship trophy was determined. It would return to Molineux and present it to the team at the end of their final match of an incredible campaign. It was a carnival atmosphere that greeted the players as they entered the field of play for their final game in the championship, at home to Donny Rovers. Henry. Wonderful atmosphere at Molineux. Henry continues his run. And that'll be a corner ball. Wolves are really cranking up the pressure in the closing stages here. Henry goes short to Ward. Time to pick out a cross and pick out Richard Stearman. Wolves lead it, added on time. And it's Richard Stearman's first goal for the club. A really well-placed header. And it's a group hug, and even Wayne Hennessy's got involved. This is Woods. There's Alakobi for attention, but he's to try and get away from him here. Makes room for the cross, and Hennessy saves. Well, it's the perfect end to the perfect season. The champions going out in style here. So the season ended on a high with a last-minute winner for Richard Stearman. 90 points was a monumental points haul for the season, and all that remained was to hand out the awards. Sam Vokes was voted Young Player of the Year and Kevin Foley the Player of the Year.
When I stood on the pitch about 20 minutes ago and Sir Jack handed over this trophy to me, it was a very proud day. Thank you, Jack. 20 months later, Sir Jack offered to buy the club back for £20. 20 million pounds of buy back now.
But after the individual awards were handed out, the players, manager, fans and everyone involved with Wolves were able to lift the trophy that counted. It was a team effort that saw the trophy and Premier League football return to Molineux. Sylvain Ebanks-Blake finished the season as the top scorer in the league and arguably the hottest property in England outside the Premier Division.
Oh, brilliant, great feeling. It's unbelievable. That's what we're all in football for, to win things, to have days like this with the fans. It's brilliant.
Richard Stearman was a rock at the heart of the defence.
Yeah, it's been a perfect season, to be honest. We got off to a flyer. We just continued it through really, and we've come to the last day and managed to grab a goal at the end there. So, like I said, perfect season.
Michael Kightly enhanced his blossoming reputation as the creative driving force of the team.
Obviously, it's been a fantastic achievement, and we're buzzing. It's great to celebrate it today and thank the fans for what they've done. And hopefully, next year we can do as well as we've done this year.
You've played well this season, obviously England recognition and everything. You're hoping to repeat that really in the Premier League?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I've got a few goals and I think I've got most assists in the league, which is pleasing. And if we're going to have another season like that, then I'll be over the moon. But we're going to enjoy this first, and then we're back in the summer and get ready for the Prem season.
Carl Henry continued his rise to local legend with rock-solid performances throughout the season.
Unbelievable feeling. It's been a long season. We've worked so hard and we've deserved it. We've been top since October, and great day.
Excellent. You're looking forward to next season now?
Yeah, can't wait for the fixtures to come out. All the big teams we're going to be playing. It's we're just trying to enjoy today. It's been a great long season, like I said. Can't wait for the holidays now.
The first half of the season would have been a different story without the likes of Neil Collins and Chris Uelumo putting in man-of-the-match performances week in, week out. The return of Jody Craddock and new signing Christoph Berra helped see the club over the finish line.
Yeah, what a way to finish it with a win. Boys have been tremendous, every single one of them, you know. What can I say? Amazing. It must be a proud moment to lift that trophy. Yeah, definitely, yeah. One of my proudest of my career.
And in Sam Vokes and Kevin Foley, they had great young players that would only improve season on season. It was a full team effort and a squad with all the ingredients to make an impression on the Premier League. They will enter the new decade back where they belong, amongst the elite of English football.
It's been a wonderful season, hasn't it? You can't get much better than that, than having to play here and on the last game of the season, having won it was a great achievement.
Wolverhampton Wanderers, Coca-Cola Championship winners 2008-2009. Sounds good, doesn't it?